So for my blog topic, I've been concentrating on learning, and this week I'm going to talk about anchored learning. And anchored learning puts emphasis on group work to become more actively engaged in learning by solving an interesting real-life problem. And they need to formulate specific principles of anchored learning that can be used to guide the selection and construction of anchors and the selection of teaching activities to accompany them. So that there are two principles of anchored learning. The first one is that teaching activities should be designed around an anchor. An anchor means a story, adventure or situation that includes a problem to be dealt with that is of interest to the student. And also the second principle is that it should include rich resources. This means that instructional methods should include rich resources which enable students to explore as they try and decide how to solve problems, such as interactive video programs. The positives of anchored learning is how does it help students? Well, it helps students to develop effective thinking skills and attitudes that contribute to effective problem-solving skills and critical thinking. According to Bransford, Sherwood and Hazelbrine in 1988, students learn to apply facts. And this enables them to solve problems from multiple perspectives, such as from a scientist's point of view, historian, psychologist. And also, another benefit is that it's presented with realistic environments, and this might help them to know how to deal with a problem in a real-life situation if it ever occurs, much more than in traditional learning where they learn facts, but as soon as the exams is over they forget everything they've learned. And another benefit is, according to Johnson 1987, it isn't tested and children don't feel anxiety often felt in exams. And it has also been shown that low-achieving students do better in this as they don't feel under pressure and they don't feel like they're being scored and things like that. And Shu in 1997 showed the positive of anchored learning with computer technology, showed that it can also be used with computers and it is still an effective tool. So limitation is that Snyder in 2006 argued that the limitation in her 6 Myths of Learning article is that there is more emphasis on the process of learning than the actual learning outcome itself, and this means that they might lead to incorrect learning or it might lead to no learning at all. And also, it is not a feasible learning method in some subjects such as maths and science, as we cannot really use anchored learning that's better for traditional learning in maths and science. And also, it can only be used in humanistic subjects, and this is because it's easier for them to enhance students' problem-solving skills, like what they would do if they were a historian or religion person and such on. So to conclude, I like the fact that think the fact that anchored learning isn't measured might be a problem, as they don't know how much students are actually learning and if it actually is beneficial for the child themselves. But also I think the value of gaining practical problem-solving skills is beneficial, and it's helpful because they might learn something that they wouldn't usually learn in a traditional learning environment, and they learn how to use these problem-solving skills in real-life situations if they ever occur. So therefore I think there should be an equal amount of traditional learning in the classroom as well as anchored learning. So any questions?
Did you find any difference between male and females in that stuff, with anchored learning? I mean, because I think as girls,
yeah,
the boys are more practical, aren't they?
Yeah.
So he would get like, they would get maybe the anchored learning as quick as the girls. Just wondering if there was anything else there.
Well, I didn't find anything out there. I just found information about low achieving students, but I would think that maybe sometimes boys do like the more practical side.
Yeah.
And they like problem solving, like puzzles and things more, so they might show improvement.
Might show, but also with the girls and the low, if they give them practical things.
Yeah.
Things out creativity as well.
Yeah.
That might give them more confidence to do the other subjects as well.
Yeah, might do. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's beneficial on the whole, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.